breaking news. Let's talk about the latest in the Trump cases and bring in Harvard Law Professor Emeritus Alan Dershowitz, who's also the author of Get Trump, The Threat to Civil Liberties, Due Process, and Our Constitutional Rule of Law. Professor Dershowitz, great to have you. Thanks for your time today, as always.
Hey, Professor.
So a few minutes ago, we reported that apparently Twitter's involved in Jack Smith's target here. They wanted Donald Trump's Twitter account, and Twitter initially fought back to the warrant, didn't comply right away, so they've got a $350,000 fine. What do you think the strategy is here to get Donald Trump's Twitter account? It seems like, wouldn't everything already be out there as public knowledge, Professor?
I would think so. I would think that if he tweeted, it's admissible evidence against him. And I can't imagine there'd be anything in his Twitter account which isn't public. But if it is, if there is something, they should have to justify that. Government can't just go rummaging through people's First Amendment statements. But this is a First Amendment case. This is a case all about what Donald Trump said, what he believed, even the things he did. He did, according to him, because he honestly believed and still believes the election was stolen. He was wrong in my view, but my view doesn't matter under the First Amendment. Under the First Amendment, there's no such thing as a false idea or false opinion. The remedy for false ideas and false opinions is to respond to them and write better ideas and better opinions, not to criminalize what somebody said or did consistent with his belief that the election was stolen.
What do you make of Judge Tukon in this protective order? Trump's attorneys were not able to make it and set a date for this week. They asked for Monday, but she's forcing it to happen this Friday. It seems like this protective order isn't really a time urgent thing, seeing that it pertains to documents that haven't been released yet. Is this a signal of more things from Judge Tukon in this election case that could not be so favorable for Donald Trump?
I have to tell you, I'm a liberal Democrat who's voted for Democrats all my life. I do not trust her. I do not trust her to do justice. The test is not only must justice be done, must it seem to be done. I don't see it being done. This is the woman who learned how to practice law at the feet of a firm, Boies Schiller firm, that has had the most conflicts of interest, in my opinion, of any major firm in the United States. Of counsel to the firm was none other than Hunter Biden. Clients to the firm, cases involving the firm, involving Hunter Biden and Burisma. This is exactly the wrong person to preside over this case. This case was going to be decided largely by the judge, by what instructions the judge gives. So this case should be taken away from her. She should be recused, and she should not be deciding issues that divide the American people, because they're not going to trust her judgment. The case should be taken out of the District of Columbia, which is 95% anti-Trump, and put in West Virginia or some purple area where at least there's a shot at getting a fair trial, like there is in Florida, in the county where the trial is going to be taking place in Florida. But Manhattan and the District of Columbia, I can't imagine two districts more anti-Trump and more unfair to Trump.
Hey, Professor,
and the American public is not going to trust them.
Just real quick, regarding Judge Tukon, I mean, it's up to her to recuse herself, right? I mean, that really would ultimately come down on her decision.
It's her decision, but it can be appealable. If she doesn't recuse herself, and if there's a conviction, there could be an appeal. There's also some argument that can be made. Of course, today lawyers try to make creative arguments. They get indicted. But there's some argument that could be made that if there's a motion to recuse her and she refuses it, that is appealable or subject to a writ of mandamus right away. There are cases always on that. And so that's one other possibility that could be explored.
A lot of motions, many steps ahead in this road. Alan Dershowitz, I know you'll be walking us through all of them as it pertains to this and the other cases. And let's see what happens with Georgia. We just had some bank records for Biden, so there could be an indictment that they pushed forward as a distraction. We'll see. Professor Dershowitz, great to see you, sir.
Thank you.